So I'm just gonna give back to the world because I'm gonna die one day, and I've done a lot of fucked up shit, but I'm not a fucked up person anymore. But the fucked up shit taught me a lot. I haven't shaved my face in a couple of days. I'm single, so I don't give a shit right now, and I'm not looking, so fuck it. I'm just gonna do whatever the hell I want. I'm gonna focus on me, build my companies, and start traveling the world in about 2 years, because that's about how long it's gonna take. Puppy's laying here. Anyways, so let's pick a story. What's a good one? Okay, here's one. All right, so I was at Starbucks Coffee once. This was a place that we used to frequent a lot. This is when I was in the military. It's like right off base. There was like a hibachi grill next to it. So, anyways, there was this girl that I met, right? I didn't meet her. I was there. I saw her get out of her car. She was in a Beetle. She had like these super short shorts on, and I was like, holy shit, this girl is hot as fuck. Belly shirt, just looked amazing. Came into Starbucks, was talking to my friend. I think it was her sister was there. I didn't say anything, but we locked eyes for a couple seconds. I noticed a few things. And then, lay down, bub. Don't fucking be weird over here. um, so anyways, we locked eyes, whatever like that. Didn't say a single thing. And then, she left. And then 4 months later, I saw her again and I was like, fuck this. I got up, walked outside, was like, hi, nice to meet you. I was like, I'm so sorry I didn't introduce myself last time. I didn't feel like it was my place. Your sister was there, was talking to your friend. I didn't want to be that guy that was trying to hit on you. I was like, but you're freaking gorgeous. I was eating my hibachi, and then I decided she was like, do you want to, like, sit down and, like, eat with me or whatever? I was like, I'll feed you some. I was, like, joking around. But I wasn't joking around because I know that's, I was a piece of shit. But anyways, so we sat down. I was, like, feeding her a little, and I was like, here you go. I was, like, playing the airplane, whatever. Just fucking being a retard. It's who I am. Still a child. I'll always be a child, even though my intellect grows. I will still be a kid at heart, because being a kid at heart means you can never take that fucking shit away from me. Good luck. Good try. But anyways, so we sat down and ate for about 5 minutes, and I was like, do you want to go watch a movie? And then we went back to my place, and then we didn't watch a movie. We just had sex. And then after that, I think we hung out for a little bit. We went back to the coffee shop. My friend stared at me like, and I was like, but they already knew by then. I got another really good story that actually ruined some shit for me. Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm not racist at all, but this other story is going to make me sound racist, but I'm definitely not 100%. Go lay down. So anyways, we left, had sex. We hung out a couple times after that. I actually liked this girl, though. See, this was the thing. I wasn't a piece of shit always, but it somehow ended up always being, oh, well, I guess you just want to fuck. And I was like, well, I mean, yeah, sometimes, but other times, no. I kind of just want to actually date you because I think you're fucking amazing. But anyways, I used to grab her in my Miata, and we'd go out at night, and we would just, go to an empty field, and I'd throw my top down in my car, and then we'd fucking just lay there or just sit there and talk to each other and look at the stars and everything like that. I fucking loved it. But anyways, one night here's one part. Here's one part. So I went over to her house once. No one was home. We started having sex, and then her sister came home. So at the end of, we weren't done, obviously, and I was like, fuck, we had to stop. So I was so fucking horny, my penis was hard as shit. And then at the end of that, it was, she left. She's like, just leave in like 5 minutes. And I was like, okay, cool, fuck it. I was all up for the fun. And so anyways, I was still kind of horny, so I said, fuck it. I jerked off and jizzed behind her dresser. I figured that was fine. I was like, whatever, ain't nobody going to find it. It'll dry up. No one's going to see it. Anyways, left, saw her at the Starbucks with her sister, and I was like, we just looked at each other because her sister really didn't know we talked. Anyways, so from there was one day where she came and stayed over, and I just went and grabbed her one night late at night. She was like, oh, I don't want to be home, blah blah. And I was like, cool, I'll come get you, because I'm the type of person I'm gonna do fucking anything for somebody I like. I don't care what time it was. It was like, I think it was like 10. I came and grabbed her. She came and stayed over. And then the next day, the cops knocked on the door. And here's where the story takes a little bit of a turn, right? So the cops knocked on the door. They're like, hi, is so-and-so here? And I was like, yeah. And then they were like, yeah, is she okay? And I was like, well, yeah, she's okay. But then she walks over, because the cops came. She was fucking, like, just mortified. And I was like, you were just having fun here a second ago. Now you're mortified. I'm like, what's going on? They were like, your sister filed a missing persons report, and your mother's, driving back down. She's on her way here. They were worried sick about you because they didn't know where you went. And Anyways, so here's the catch to this story, right? So there was a master sergeant in the military, and she was a bitch. She was a TI, and she came back into our AFSC, and she didn't know what the hell she was doing, so she would just command people around, and, I was the person that had to go do the work, so I was like, I'm not doing this fucking dumb work. She didn't like me. But one day I was upstairs in the office, and I saw the background on her computer, and I was like, who are they? And then she was like, those are my daughters, stay away. Right? I didn't know the last names because they were different. But anyways, this person gets out of the military. She still didn't like me. And it turns out I was fucking her daughter the whole time. And yeah, so anyways, she went home. I got a phone call from, that master sergeant being like, yada, 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 you made my daughter suck your dick. And I was like, so I thought it was fucked, right? Because she was 17 at the time. I was in the military. I was 22. And then I was like, oh shit, she's under 18. But then stature laws and all that fun stuff. It's actually the legal age of consent is 16. So I was totally covered, but I didn't know in this phone call that I was fine. So I was like, fuck, fuck, fuck. I fucking didn't know. But anyways, that all fucking blew over eventually. And it literally, she was like trying to like reach out to people that were still active and ask them about me. And then my first shirt talked to me, and I was just like, good God, like, fuck all this bullshit. And anyways, at the end of the day, she called me and she was like, look, if you really like I can actually probably find the message on Facebook. I'm going to look for it. I don't think it's there. I probably deleted it. She's like, look, if you like my daughter, you'll show up at this church and there'll be 3 men that come and talk to you. And if all 3 of these guys agree that you're good for my daughter, then you can talk to her. And I was like, what the fuck is this lady talking about, right? So at the end of the day, we stopped hanging out. I never saw this girl again. It was kind of bummer because she was really pretty, but at the end of the day, I was like, fuck it, whatever. I wasn't actually talking to anybody else at that moment. That was the first time that I actually settled down and talked to one person for a really long time. And so that story got fucked. But here's the other story, right? So this was in my man horde days. We used to have like really nice modified cars. If you scroll down on my profile, you can see the car that I had, and I knew a bunch of people from it, and I just kind of stood out in the city. Like I was the only person with a Miata in North Carolina. Like fucking what's up? I slammed one that looked nice. So anyways, we were at Get-Go. I think it was Sheets, wherever the fuck we hung out at. They built nice Sheets across from this Walmart. We were hanging out there, and there was like a group of my friends, and then I pulled up in my car, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, you fucking car!" And I'm like, "Yeah, fucking," I regret buying that thing now. I'm just like, I was a fucking stupid piece of shit, and I was like, "Yeah, let me buy a cool car and impress my friends," and fucking, there's no fucking purpose of that because my mind is what's gonna impress people nowadays. Anyways, so there was a girl there, and she was like, "Yeah, it's my birthday," and I was like, "Oh, cool." I was like, what do you want for your birthday?" And then she's like, "Honestly, to get fucked," and then like. I looked at my friends and they looked at me and I was like, I live like 3 minutes that way. I was like, we can go fuck if you want. She got in my car. We drove over. We just went to my house and just straight up started having sex. But this is where it's going to sound fucking racist, and I'm not, because I don't give a shit about your skin color. I don't give a shit about your age. I don't give a shit about anything except how you treat another human being. So if you're a person and you want to define racism by a comment, then you're fucking stupid. So here we go. Anyways, she smelled like a bunch like coconut butter, and like it was like oily, and like I just didn't really like enjoy like it was just not. I was not what I was used to. So anyways, we got done having sex, and then we went back, and my friends just kind of looked at me, and I was like. Yeah. And then after that, I went and just hung out with another girl on some like dating website. And then I went out to the bar that night, and then I took a girl home from there. So that was like 3 in one day. But that was aside from the story with the other girl. That wasn't the same day. I didn't just leave that situation and then meet somebody else. But yeah, I was a monstrous fucking piece of shit. But I've learned a lot from it, to the point where I know when I am finally ready to find that right person, there's a lot of fucking shit that I need. Just because, and I hope you need a lot of shit too, because I'm not looking for a simplistic relationship. Fuck all that bullshit. People are too fucking simple and expect nothing out of people nowadays, and wonder, oh, where's my Prince Charming at? Yeah, your Prince Charming thought you were dumb as shit because you only talk to dumbass dudes, and he moved on. So I can tell you right now that from being a piece of shit, I've learned a lot. I've done a lot, and yeah, I got another story for you. I'm gonna put that one up next. But that one's kind of different. It was a married girl. Yeah, it was real weird. She messaged me like a couple months ago, and I was like, yeah, bad part of my life, no, bye. Anyways, I hope you like the story. There's gonna be a ton more to come.